Play some Slay the Spire. Play a little Slay. The Spire. See how it goes. Go to this node, I think, and then go right or left. Let's see. Let's make sure this isn't like really good somehow. Yeah, it's not. So we go to this node, and we can take the like terrifying road if we're very strong, or the less terrifying road, which is fine if we're not as strong. Back half of the act isn't so great. Hard to get a lot out of it. Go to a store. Store in the second half of the act might be good. You give a Tachanka a cog. And a cog, sorry. Is Twitch integration never leaving? Is there no Twitch integration on the main branch? I thought there was. I'm like, sure there is. Isn't there? I don't think I have it set up. Maybe that's what you're thinking. None of the whale bonuses were super great there. We'll just take the potions. So I sort of have to draw 2 defends and a strike, and then a bash strike or 3 strikes. Playing defend to be better than playing strike here. I still take 2. I'll probably just play the strike. How am I doing today? I think I'm doing okay. Had a bit of a recharge day yesterday. Watched a show and a movie. Hung out with my cat. It was cozy. I think that Dexpot's probably just like, we can use energy potion to deal more damage, particularly on the turn where we draw bash. So that's good against like Gremlin Knob, as is this, honestly. But yeah, I think this potion's just way better than Dexpot in all of the early fights, pretty much. Like a rampage for some damage. Selecta, thanks for the 21 months. Bomo show to you too. Hey Harfany. We've been playing Death Stranding non-stop for 5 days. Can you explain to me why, like, what's the game in that game? I'm not saying like there isn't one, but I've watched like 10 minutes of it and it looks like there's a person with a backpack who walks around. I don't really... Did I miss the rest of it, maybe? Thanks for the 21 months selected. Thanks for the 4 months buffin. Banana muffin. Musho to you as well. If Jorbs reads this, chat must type Ayaya. Interesting. Is holding on to potions for important fights a good idea, or should you be using them more freely? Yeah, one of the most valuable things that potions do is rescue difficult fights which are going poorly. So like you'll have a fight where usually it goes well, but if you draw badly it could go terribly, and a potion can make that not so bad. Everybody's typing IA in my chat. I was trying to have a conversation. Jeez. Jeez. It's not a game, it's a post-apocalyptic FedEx simulator. The game is there is no game. It's about optimizing deliveries. It's like a truck simulator but with a mailman. Okay, that's the most convinced I've felt. I understand why truck simulators are fun. I think we go power through. That's something where like you say those words and I'm like, oh, I get it. I think this saves us 8 health right now. Probably fine. Go 1 armaments. We're a little bit low on damage, but I'm still gonna try for the scarier looking path here. So our super elite won't be Gremlin Knob. It has a really cool story and they give you so much freedom in how you want to accomplish things. Okay. I haven't seen any part of the story in my limited watching of it. I had never heard of it, and then all of a sudden a bunch of people were playing it like a lot, and I was like a little bit confused. But if it's a truck simulator type game with a narrative, then yeah, it makes sense. Gave the upgrades. We got the upgrade for damage event. Why isn't there chat on screen today? That's a great question. Should be there soon. I'm just gonna restart the bot. I'm not sure why I wasn't there. Sometimes the robot doesn't do so well. Soon I'll be able to hire a human being to just copy paste every message that anybody writes in chat onto my screen and then delete it when it's being displayed for long enough. But yeah, I mean, we need another couple of subs before that's a reality. Arrow, thanks to the 18 months. Bomusho to you as well. Hey, Feet Sendif, hope you're doing well. Can I cast a spell to make you not have a really bad flu? I cannot, unfortunately. Sorry to hear you're not feeling well. Just straight up not well, I guess. Not feeling well. Is that like passive aggressive? Why do we say not feeling well instead of just you aren't well? Maybe it's like saying that somebody is sick is like rude or something. So if you just say they're feeling sick, then it's like acknowledging that they feel bad, but you don't make it sound like there's something wrong with them. I don't know. Being unwell sounds like a mental illness. Oh, that's not great. Why'd my bot crash? Yeah, that was my bot crashing. Why did it do that? It's just because the screen that I draw the chat messages on to put them onto the stream is a blue background with a chroma key on it. That's why you're seeing blue there. Got an Nchaku and an Inflame. The Juzu bracelet, which I will just barely take over skipping, I think. You saw a picture of Jorbs with a sock puppet. I'm sorry, what? Fascinating if true. El Shaftali, thanks for the 4 months. Agbamusho to you too. Are we working this time? I think we're working this time. Do I tell people they are amazing when they need to hear it? Sure. Think so? I think going into the slime boss fight, we take a Whirlwind. Whirlwind is not my favorite of the AoE cards available to Ironclad. I think it might be alright here. Weird turn. Weird turn. In his moody, thanks for the 8 months. Agbamusho to you as well. This turn's really weird because of Nunchaku. I just save it for next turn. We probably want 4 energy next turn. Getting attacked for 20, we're gonna want to play any of the block cards that we draw as well. Good. Father Cloud, thanks for the Twitch Prime. Agbamusho to you as well. The Albion, thanks for gifting a sub to Midnight Art. Agbamusho to you both. Does Whirlwind eat the free energy or does it proc after the attack? Nunchaku would go after Whirlwind had finished using energy and dealing damage. Any upcoming charity streams planned? Yes. Not planned enough for me to tell you what day though. But yeah, I'll be doing... Well, actually, I'm going to be doing a charity stream next week. So there's that. And then I think I'm going to be doing at least 2 charity streams in December. It's all weird. It's all weird. It's been giving me a headache trying to work it all out. So when you raise money for charity on Twitch, like something I could do is I could just give you the donation link for the charity I was raising money for, right? But that's nowhere near as engaging as like setting up a page with rewards for different fundraising goals and letting it collect donations and people can share messages and all that. That's, I think, makes it a lot more fun. But the organizations that allow you to do that are for profit, and it gets really fucking weird. It's really fucking weird. So I've been trying to work out how to deal with all that shit. Yeah. And hopefully someday I'll work it out. Okay, the cash register. Good fight. I'm gonna upgrade Whirlwind here. Oh, one more fight. We'll take Feel No Pain, that's fine. Yeah, Zeroni. Pummel with a Bottled in Flame. Yeah, it was probably good. I was thinking about other things. You got watch your cards with Prismatic Shard on the beta branch. You are able to do that. On the main branch, you wouldn't be able to because the Watcher isn't on the main branch yet. I wonder if I was playing with the Wanderer mod installed and I got Prismatic Shard, if Prismatic Shard would give me Wanderer cards. That's a thing that I don't know. Finally got your wife to play Slay the Spire for the first time. She got through Act 1, taking only 4 damage to Slime Boss. That's a pretty good start. Not a bad start at all. These upgrade armaments. Instead of like upgrading my Bottled in Flame, it seems really questionable. You wonder who the first mob to kill you was? I remember like vaguely why I died in the first run I ever played, but I don't remember which enemy dealt the fatal blow. I suppose I didn't know what all the enemies were, so it would have been hard for me to like recognize anything unique about the particular enemy I was fighting or whatever. Fiendfire? Fiendfire with a Bottled in Flame seems probably okay. Echo Eye? I didn't look at the other two. Maybe one of the other two was good as well. Lesson learned with Searing Blow. Maybe with only Searing Blow? Not sure how good that is with a deck that happens to have one copy of Searing Blow in it. Isn't it in my run history? I guess so. How would I get to it? Would I click the back button like 4,000 times? Sounds like an enjoyable use of an afternoon. Pretty sure it wasn't Cultist. It was some sort of hallway fight in Act 2, I'm pretty sure. Although maybe I'm misremembering, I don't know. Well, no pain's pretty solid here with Fiendfire and Snecklot. This kills, actually. 33? I'm 1 damage short. Awkward. I think I did that wrong as well. Doesn't matter in the end. Sword Boomerang's interesting. We've got the Snecko Eye, which means that our strength scaling attack should probably be Heavy Blade. But Sword Boomerang, like, there aren't actually many cards that are better at dealing damage than Sword Boomerang when you have a bunch of strength. It's sort of only Heavy Blade. Sort of Pummel. So Heavy Blade's like slightly better, but I don't have a card like Sword Boomerang yet. Maybe we want to take one anyway. I don't know. How was Joiny Burbs today? I'm doing okay. Carrying a bottle is like a smoke bomb, but you also win the fight. It's like a smoke bomb in that I will discard it the next time I'm offered a potion. Yeah. I'm okay with skipping. I think taking any of those 3 cards was not unreasonable, and skipping is also not unreasonable. It seemed like they were all sort of in that range of totally fine, probably. Not particularly exciting. Strike dummy is huge here. Very happy to have a stray. Oh, what the fuck? Needed to upgrade that. Okay, so we're not playing perfectly. That's all part of the plan, though. You'll see. The upgrade on armaments better with Snecko Eye. Armaments is not that great of an upgrade. Generally, when you draw armaments and a hand of other cards, you're pretty excited about upgrading one of them this turn and not that excited about upgrading, like, several of them. Because you're not going to play several of them. What do I remove if I have a strike dummy? Do I remove Whirlwind at this point? Probably I still remove strike. Use Thunderclap. Rampage seems okay. I mean, it's not the strongest card in my deck, but it seems better than an unupgraded strike to me by a decent margin. Plus 22. Yep. Is Alan? No. Being offered some pretty high impact cards so far this act with our Snecko Eye. When I think high impact, I usually think Reckless Charge. Not because Reckless Charge is high impact, I just love the art. Does punching the Slug Merchant affect your run score? Why would you do that to the poor Slug Merchant? Don't understand. I have 16, 28, 28 damage, and then my Fiend Fire hits for 52. Wait, don't I go Thunderclap Whirlwind? Strike, strike. Feels like I'm so close here. Fiendfire has to be the third card I play, is the issue. I can play a defend. And go strike. Whirlwind. Fiend fire. Weird turn. Have I ever composed music? Not well. They go on Corbett. Alright. Easy fight. Should we get rid of a fairy in a bottle now? Should I have used fairy in a bottle? Maybe I should have used fairy in a bottle. Sort of have to take the carnage. Having some awkward turn ones. Is team trees something I care about? Sure. I think planting trees is good. LB House, thanks for the 3 months. Angbomo show to you as well. Why does Snecko make a sound to give you confused when its eye is what gives you the debuff? Oh, it can just talk with its eye. Hey, Late Night Funk. Glad to be here, Late Night Funk. Hi, LB House. Hope you're doing well. What is Team Trees? It's an attempt to plant a bunch of trees by making charitable donations to a tree planting organization, basically. Yeah. I don't know. I'm so like... I was looking at a charity page for some sort of fundraiser. Actually, you know, it was like, it wasn't even like, it was 6 streamers and they were actually running charity events for different charities even. I was looking at the page and it had the logo of an insurance company on it 7 times. It wasn't a very large page. Like, insurance company logo, the State Farm charity streams. Geico. What other insurance companies can I do product placement for right now? Anyway. And then, like, at the very bottom of it, they had streamer profiles where they were, like, plugging the streamers who were doing the events. And then inside the streamer profiles in like somewhat small text was the actual charity that they were raising money for, with no mention of like why it was an important cause or anything. And I'm still, I think, processing the experience of looking at that page a little bit. And it might take me a while. It just might take me a while. Sounds cynical. No, not me. Not our Jorbs. Hey, Naughty. You see the page I'm referencing? Not via the stream. I'm not fucking directing traffic to that thing. Sorry. I mean, I guess I sort of did accidentally there, but I'm not gonna... Sorry, I'm not gonna post a link to that page. I have worked with several charities in my life which are incredible and are doing very real things to make the world a much better place. And I have also had interactions with charities in my life which have felt like I was interacting with an organization that was trying to make money for like its CEO and itself. The charities that like try to be charities for their own sake is really weird. But yeah, I've definitely had experiences all the way between the extremes. Definitely not as cut and dry as like don't trust any charities, they're just trying to make money. Or the flip side, it's definitely not like don't, whatever the flip side would be. Don't vet charities, all charities are good. It's definitely, charities are collections of human beings, and human beings, when collected, can sometimes do incredible good and also sometimes do not so good. What's my take on GDQ as a charity? I like GDQ. I feel like a lot of the value of GDQ is like empowering gamers, not necessarily the charities that they're actually making money for, but like showing that gamers can come together and have fun together and do good things. And you know, that's fine. They also make money for charity, which is awesome. Let's keep the fairy in a bottle, actually. Fairy in a bottle versus hyper beam could be pretty big. GDQ is not a charity, it's a charity event. Yeah, absolutely. Somewhat important distinction. Trusting people is bad and trusting organizations of people is even worse. See, that's quite cynical. I think that trusting people is good, but you shouldn't just trust everybody. Trusting people who deserve trust, I think, is very important for doing good in the world. I think it's hard to do good in the world if you won't trust anybody. Pillow has done a ton in this run. Yeah, we've been resting like every single floor. It feels like a lot of resting in this one. Hey, Bowie. Can you trust me with your money? If you give me your money, I will use it to pay my rent, buy food, buy new video games, buy ludicrous gadgets for streaming. Just looking around my office at the things on the floor that I have to set up still a little bit here. Yeah, stuff like that. You're okay with your money being spent on stuff like that? Go ahead. Can you buy love? Probably, I don't know. What are you paying? Oh no, I'm dead. Oh, I'm alive again. You could if you had $1 million. If I had $1 million, I'd buy your love. If I had $1 million, we wouldn't have to go to the store. I'm not sure that you can sing duets solo. If I had $1 million, we'd take a limousine 'cause it costs more. Try hard only. Thanks for the 4 months. Agbomu show to you as well. Donating to this channel is a waste of time. You've been here almost 2 years and there have been 0 shirtless streams. You wanna... Yeah, I mean, we'll see. You wouldn't stay a millionaire if you took limos everywhere. I don't know. The other things that the bare naked ladies wanted to do if they were millionaires were mostly not that expensive. They were like eating very fancy craft dinners and building tree forts. I think we go this way. I think also maybe buying priceless works of art was in there, which does, I think, cost money. So I might need to walk that back. How do I kill a spiker with this deck? I have no idea. I have no idea. Not a clue. It's unfortunate. I wanted to buy a Picasso or a Garfunkel. That's right. Green dress, but not a real green dress. That's cruel is possibly my favorite line in that song. The way they set it up too is really good. But I know chat's still not on the screen. Are you shitting me? What is this garbage? It's there! It's right there! I see it! I see it, Raven! You made me watch my own channel for a second. And for that, I will be forever upset with you. You've been playing Slay the Spire for a while, and you found yourself losing a lot lately. You think it's because you don't think while you're playing. Any advice for succeeding at Slay the Spire without thinking? You just gotta feel it, I guess. Just gotta feel it a little bit better. Sounds like that's your main problem. Chemical X is okay, I guess. Can't buy any of the potions. I could buy a Feel No Pain and remove like a strike. Or I could buy a Chemical X, or I could buy a Pen Nib. Those seem like the relevant options. I do have a Corruption, so the Feel No Pain goes up quite a lot in value because of that. I don't have any disarms for Awakened One. That fight's gonna be gross. Fight's gonna be gross. Kind of new here, and you know I am a pro, but can I please go through my relics every now and then? What I would recommend doing is grabbing the Slay the Spire wiki. There's a page that has pictures of all the relics. You can just like click on them. You can also ask chat which relics I have. You can ask chat what's the relic to the right of the other relic that you do know the name of, and chat will tell you. At some point, like, I don't know, maybe the 500th hour of explaining what a relic is the breaking point. But I think there's some breaking point in there for a human soul. Yeah, I think I might have passed it already. Hard to do info relic. Well, yeah, that's why you ask Twitch chat what the relic is. That's completely fine. Can I tell you about any relics I just happen to be thinking about? So there's only one of me, and generally when I have extra attention in a run, I will use my attention to like check chat and talk to people and say hi and all that sort of stuff. What is the relic you're thinking about right now? Stop thinking about shovel. At some point, it stops being cute and starts being concerning. Now, I'm not gonna judge you. I'm not gonna say that I don't think you can get help. But I am gonna say that the way that you're thinking about shovel is becoming problematic in our relationship. Nick, I hate DML. I think that I actually would rather have one energy over playing the defend here. Yeah, I think so. Should probably have played the Pommel Strike earlier in the turn. I'm gonna get one more energy to play, my cards are all gone. This one. So did the devs always want Carnage to be like that? But they only... I'm trying to work, like, is there a backlog maybe? Where it's like for every card there's something that... There's some ideal form of Carnage and it's just like on a backlog and they hadn't got to it until now? Maybe. I watched The Mandalorian. When I watch Disney Star Wars movies, I feel like my childhood dreams and beliefs about what is great and good in the world are being hacked to pieces to make a ton of money by a large corporation. And the first like 2 times I went through that experience, I was like, well, maybe it won't be so bad the next time. And then I stopped going through that experience. And yeah, that's how I feel about those works of television and film. The newest relic I got is Red Mask, which applies 1 week to enemies on turn 1. Did I see Mark Hamill cry on set? I did not see that. That's rough. I couldn't get Knights of the Old Republic to work on my computer, and I remember being very frustrated by that, but I couldn't work out how to make it work, and then I never did. So I haven't played that one, unfortunately. Delimited, thanks for the 6 months. Bomo show to you as well. New Star Wars game is pretty good. It's cool. Hello, man! Thanks for that 5 months. Bomo show to you too. $16, $24, $24 is $64? Easy. I think The Mandalorian is pretty good so far. It's grimy and it's weird. Okay. Trying to work out... I mean, sure, okay. Sounds like it could be good, maybe. I have... How do I decide which chest to not take for the blue key? So... Relics have more time to give you value the earlier you pick them up, which means... Generally, I'll take even a pretty weak relic in Act 1 and like a mediocre relic in Act 2. Like you have the entire like Act 1 and Act 2 boss fights for a mediocre relic to be really good if you take it in Act 1, whereas if you take the key and then take the relic in Act 3, even if the relic in Act 3 is good, you only have a few floors for it to do anything in. So I just like make judgment calls based on that. I have a lot of respect for writers and teams and whatever who write a new story for me with a new world and new characters and new themes and like Or even if it's a rehash of old stuff, like reimaginings of the old stuff, telling it to me in a new way. That's the stuff that like really gets me going. So I think I have like some barrier to entry for consuming any sort of Star Wars stuff, just because I feel like I've already done that. And, you know, there are so many things to do that aren't that again. Oh, that was not the right order. I want to Slay the Spire live action show. If it was good, hell yeah. Sounds rad. Does watching my VODs impact my Twitch income? I don't think so. Watching ads on my VODs probably does, if you're doing that. Makes a path good. When I get... So floors are a resource. They are a resource you can use to get stronger. Like gold is a resource you can use to get stronger. And so you want to take a path through the act that utilizes those floors to make you as strong as possible. Like elite fights give you relics and rare cards, which are really good, and gold for that matter. Campfires give you upgrades. The problem with pathing is that also you can die on your path, so you have to pick a path which lets you get strong but doesn't kill you. And that's basically the big judgment call there, is just like, if you could go through a path with 18 elites on it in an act somehow and not die, like yeah, you'd win the run every time after doing that, but you would die, so you couldn't really do that. You have to work out how much risk can you take on. Any good spin-off mediums made from a game lately? There's the Witcher series coming up, which I'm a little bit excited about. The Clue movie is pretty good. The one from like the 80s? Is that from the 80s with Tim Curry? I don't know if that counts as lately. That was a while ago. Oh, that's true. The Witcher was a book series, yeah. Yeah, you're right. Shows that I fucking know. Don't mind me, I'll just be over here looking like an idiot. Is my daily win-loss ratio like playing the daily? I don't play dailies typically. What deck size do I think is best? I don't think that the size of the deck has very much relevance to anything. I think that you should put cards into your deck when it increases your chances to win and not put cards into your deck when it doesn't. And you should remove cards from your deck when it increases your chances to win and not remove them when it doesn't. And depending on how the run looks, that can result in you having a variety of deck sizes. for a bunch of damage this turn, I think. Ate everything. Maybe I should have steroid potted last turn as well. Certainly feels like I should have right about now, doesn't it? Okay, well we can rest at the last campfire maybe. You always think, would an idiot do that thing, and if so, you don't do it. What's the, like, there's gotta be a Greek term for that philosophy. Something that sounds very, like, distinguished. I honestly don't know, Candu. Reverse stupidity is not intelligence, that's true. Yeah, what if an idiot would live their life like that? Now you've ended up with some sort of paradox. Could have killed with Heavy Blade when the Nemesis was intangible? Heavy Blade does not deal very much damage to intangible things. Oh my god. This isn't good. This is 41. Alright. With boot, I could kill him in 4 attacks. Oh, I have the boot. It's true. Could I have made 4 attacks? Flame barrier should be useful. And I actually am at full health. Oh, this is good. I can dual wield Whirlwind and play it 3 times this turn. Kappa. HK88 HLT. Thanks for the 6 months on Bamusho to you as well. What do I feel about Slay the Spire on the Game Awards? Is that the one where it's up against Greece? I might be voting for Greece. Game's fucking insanely good. And like nobody knows about it, and I don't understand. Don't understand how like so few people know about that game. Let's weaken you for a while, yeah? Then play it. I've streamed it twice. Could like stream it again, I guess. It's not a French word, skeptical Jesus. Spanish word. I mean, it is a... It could be a French word, but it happens to be a Spanish word. game turned off many since they thought it looked pretentious. Really? Wow. Never heard anyone say that that game is pretentious before this moment. Hey, Gin Tonic, thanks for the 2 months. Agbomusho to you as well. Grease, you got stuck when you got double jump. Literally couldn't leave the area after 2 hours of mindlessly trying the same jump over and over again. You probably were not doing the right jump. This is my diagnosis here. Shoop-de-doop-de-doo, sort of dying a little bit. The cat tree looking relic is Strike Dummy. Makes all of my strikes deal an extra 3 damage. All of the cards I have with strike written on them? Something like that. Something like that. Terrestrial guy, thanks for the 16 months. Agbomusho to you as well. Hope you're having a lovely day. I have 28 health for boss fight number 2. My deck has a lot of cards that don't block in it, apparently. I was gonna say my deck has a lot of powers in it, so the next boss fight should be easier, but this doesn't look easier so far. It wasn't really hard to beat, but emotionally it hit hard. Yeah, you don't... like... if you're playing that game thinking that it's intended to be difficult to beat, I think you're missing the point. Little bit. No Reaper. No Reaper yet. Don't count us out. Maybe count us out. on account of the incoming death. Yeah. So I don't have to use a potion. Can just go to 2 health and not play Carnage, like Carnage Exhaust for the Feel No Pain block. I think I'll do that. Next turn I have... maybe. We'll see. It's a maybe. If I can kill this one next turn, then I'm having a decent shot. Blue potion is Liquid Memories. Alrighty. Should be enough, I think. One good turn. Say that Wraith form makes the game boring. Do I feel the same about powerful relics like Snecko Eye or Pyramid? No. The reason that Wraith form makes the game boring is that you don't have to think very hard at all about how you're going to block and use your health as a resource and stuff anymore, which is not the case for Snecko Eye or Runic Pyramid. They make the game more fun for me, if anything. Another rest? We've rested a lot of times. Bag of prep. Bag of prep seems easy. How's it going, Sereth? So corruption every time here. But then... what's the other stuff I play? Double Feel No Pain? I just double Feel No Pain. Should have played Defend instead of Flame Barrier. It's not clear that we're playing Uppercut this turn, so I'm not going to play it yet. Still not going to play it. Now I have regret. Yeah. Does this potion likely be better than 21 health? Like the steroid potion. Fuck. Kai Tiger, thanks for the 3 months. Agbomo show to you too. Should've just played the steroid potion. Being a little bit too greedy with those. Anchor's cool. Headbutt for like Heavy Blade or something like that. We might be at a point where we have to make Headbutt work somehow to be in good shape this fight. I can get 12 Feel No Pain and play on turn 1. That seems good. Seems alright. Perfect Act 4 elite. for some definitions of perfect. Sure. We want to start scaling our strength now. fuck was that? I don't have corruption in play yet. That's what it was. Fair enough, that's fine. I'm gonna let Carnage exhaust. I don't want 9 damage for 2 health, I don't think. Maybe I do. Yeah, actually maybe I do. Cost me energy too, the second one. I like wait on the piercing whale so I get block from it. Maybe? Maybe? I can have 2 weak on the heart still, anyway. I think I'm okay with that. Dual wield heavy blade. Dual wield has won us the fight. Way to go, dual wield. I guess it's not technically all the way over yet, but way to go, dual wield. Thanks for the 9 months. Uncle Bomu show to you too. Spot weakness seems like a good card. Notice that too, huh? I might not have quite made it. Fuck. I had defensive cards too. That's really unfortunate. Blocked, 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 blocked. Oh well. I'm okay with how I played that last fight.